You're watching Maryland Politics here on TV Free Baltimore.
Well, it's election time and things are really heating up here in TV Free Baltimore. We have all kinds of candidates coming in, and we've got another one for you today. And this gentleman is running for Anne Arundel County Council.
My name is David Sgambellone. I am a defense contractor here in Anne Arundel County. Living in Anne Arundel County for about 7 years or so. And I've for a long time been really interested in libertarian policies and politics, and rather than being an armchair philosopher, I want to actually get out and make my community a better place and talk about ideas with people.
Okay, from what I've read online, it seems like education is your burning passion as far as your candidacy. Please explain what you want to do as far as education in Arundel County.
Yeah, the biggest thing that we can do to improve our community is education of our children. And right now, only people in middle and upper class have the ability to choose what school they want to go to, which is, we all know is the best schools, the private schools. So we really need to open up the choice, the ability for parents to pick the school that's best for their children. We need to open that up to the lower classes, disadvantaged communities, and get everybody more involved with school. Because if you're choosing your school, if you're paying for it, or directing how the money comes, then you're involved, and it'll also make the schools more involved to the parents, and just make the schools a lot better that way.
Running as a libertarian, do you think that decreases your chances, or do you think at the county council level, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian really doesn't matter?
I think it probably decreases my chances, but I don't want to run. You can do more good as a libertarian. The problem right now is that the two-party system is holding us back, and I don't want to be beholden to a political structure that I don't agree with. So this is, yes, I obviously am selling myself here as a candidate to make Anne Arundel County a better place, but we also need to break the two-party system and get libertarians and other third parties involved more.
Are the number of libertarians growing down in Anne Arundel County, particularly with these very authoritarian times in which we're living? As
time goes on and we get more authoritarian, and both from the right and the left, more people are coming to the Libertarian Party, and I think that's evident with the approval ratings of the president, regardless of which party they're on, always going down. We need something different, and we're here offering something different.
Okay, explain to me what you see as school choice. Is it simply giving parents a voucher, or is it something different?
So my plan, what I would like to see is, right now Anne Arundel County spends about $15,000 per student in the public school system. $10,000 of that comes from the county, about $5,000 from the state or federal. My proposal would be for the $10,000 at least from the county to follow the student wherever they go and pay for tuition at whatever school they want to go to. So you'd have, if your child is not in the public school, then you have effectively up to $10,000 voucher at your disposal to educate a child as you see fit, as is best for your child, which no one knows the best way to educate a child than that child's parents.
What kind of reception are you receiving from the general public?
It definitely mostly positive. We're very early in the campaign, and right now I'm mostly talking to other libertarians to get the support base up. So right now it's 100% positive. I'm sure that won't stay that way as we continue the campaign trail, but it's still very early on.
Do you consider homeschooling part of your formula as far as school choice goes?
Yes, I do. So if you're a homeschooler, then you would get money for homeschooling. Homeschooling generally wouldn't cost $10,000, but your expenses could be written off in that way. So yes, homeschooling is part of the school choice program, in my opinion.
The pandemic turned a lot of school children into homeschoolers. And what did Anne Arundel County do as far as creating a curriculum for that sort of situation?
What Anne Arundel County did, well, they tried to go virtual, which a lot of people didn't want, which is why they went homeschooling. I don't know of anything they did specifically to encourage homeschooling itself, as they were all about keeping kids in the public school system virtually. And so we need to make it easier for people to do homeschooling if they want to, since this is one situation where the public school is very lacking in meeting the needs of the parents. And the reason why school choice has become such a big issue now, because people are realizing that this one-size-fits-all mandates from how we do education just doesn't work. It's not the best way to do things.
Do you have any concerns about the curriculum in Anne Arundel Public Schools?
The best way to get the best curriculum is to have a marketplace of ideas where people can try different things, choose what they want, see what works best, and have the parents be the ones who have real decision in what the curriculum should be, and that's where you get school choice.
What other things are you interested in as far as getting on the county council? Any other issues that you have a deep desire for?
Well, the other big issue in Anne Arundel County is the economic development, particularly in Glen Burnie, which is in my district. There's a lot of economic development areas where they give special zoning privileges. But in general, we just need to reduce the zoning and building restrictions to a reasonable level so people can build the community the way they want without the fees and restrictions that are stopping development and causing the problems. And then, of course, generally lower taxes is always the best way to stimulate the economy, especially in these hard times. We don't need to overburden people more than they already are.
How did you become a libertarian?
Oh, I've been a libertarian for a very long time. When I first turned 18 to vote my first election, I voted Republican because that's the way my parents were Republican. And I just said, oh, my dad says to vote for this guy. But after I voted, I got to thinking, well, maybe I should actually look into this instead of just, assuming my parents are right. And when I started looking into it, that's when I very quickly became libertarian. So really, really early on in life, just as soon as I decided to actually start looking into politics.
Okay. Were there any books, movies, something that influenced you to move towards libertarianism?
Not anything in particular. I will say that I really got involved in it with Ron Paul. A lot of people got involved with Ron Paul. I actually was a libertarian before Ron Paul, but I really got passionate about it after Ron Paul ran for office. So that he was still a big influence on me.
David, if people wanted to support your candidacy, how could they get in contact with you?
The best way is my website, sgambelloneforcouncil.org. There's a Get Involved tab at the top. You can go there to get on my email list. Of course, you can also donate on the website. And definitely look forward to anyone who wants to help out. We have lots of work to do.
Great. Well, thank you for coming in today and sharing your perspectives on what's going on down in Anne Arundel County. And to our viewers, stay tuned. We have many episodes of Maryland Politics coming up. We have a whole slew of candidates coming in and out of our studios to speak their 2 cents and let you know where they stand on the issues.
You're watching Maryland Politics here on TV Free Baltimore.